Good evening, everyone. We are coming to you live from Ferndale, Michigan. You are here talking stuff and things with Cat Hunley in the Cat House.
My cat, cool cat, good cat, pussy cat.
And we're here live tonight with Mr. Slogo, presidential candidate for 2020. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Slogo. Mr. Slogo, it's an honor to meet you.
Thank you, same here. You just call me Slogo, by the way.
Okay, great, thanks. Mr. Slogo, tell me, what is your reason for running for president in 2020?
Well, I'm looking at the way things are going right here in 2012, and the presidential candidates seem to be very focused on the present and the past. Can't really do a whole lot about the past, and the present, it's going to be the past pretty soon. I am focused on the future, unlike the other presidential candidates. They are currently discussing things that have already happened. I'm planning on fixing things that have yet to pass. For instance, many don't know this, we will be, within the next 8 years, predicted to be at war with Finland.
Wow.
Yes, not too many people know that.
Okay.
A lot of people think, Vikings 1,000 years ago were pretty cruel, very big on raping and pillaging, and they think they've calmed down from that, but they haven't. They've just been waiting until the time was right, in this case about 1,000 years, and they're going to link up with the other Scandinavian countries, such as Sweden and Norway, and the Vikings are going to be back, and they're going to be back to raping and pillaging. And that's not something that any of the other candidates are prepared for.
And how do you know these things?
I have a very close advisor who has a lot of ins around the world. It's from Relay, and my advisor has informed me that this will most likely happen.
In 2020?
Around 2020. That is the time where it's predicted to happen.
And do we know who this advisor may be?
I'm not at liberty to say. My advisor does not want their name mentioned. Just really does not want their name mentioned. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know about the Vikings.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, that's a serious problem, and you're against raping and pillaging, and that's something,
I am against raping and pillaging. None of the other candidates have come out against raping and pillaging.
Well, we don't want any rapage and no pillaging, so.
No.
Yeah, definitely. What about your issues with sexual scandals? I mean, how do we know that we're not going to hear from you in 2020, 2021, that you're having these sexual escapades?
Well, see, the thing is with scandals, the funny thing about them is that they really only work if people aren't expecting you to get involved in these scandals. I'm sorry, what?
Can I,
Oh, you want, this one's done, but I have a little more right here.
Great, thanks.
But see, the thing is, people are always expecting. They're not expecting someone to get in a scandal. I, on the other hand, I wear my promiscuity on my sleeve.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
I plan on having many sexual escapades. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, the thing is, if I'm doing that anyway, then it's what people are expecting. The only way there is a real scandal is if I'm not having lots of sex. And I plan on having lots of sex.
Lots of sex,
so the
everyone.
American people have nothing to worry about.
Lots of sex, everyone. So
I am pro-sex.
you are pro-sex.
Yes. President Slogo, pro-sex.
And I am pro-sex too. So that's great.
We should all be pro-sex. That's how we all got here.
That's true. And if the world stopped having sex, the world would cease to exist.
The world would still exist, but humanity would cease to exist.
Well, yeah, the world would be here, but if we weren't here, we couldn't continue the world processes. And what do you think about the people? And what do you think's happening?
Involving...
I mean, what do you think in general about, the people and the candidates? What about your other candidate? Let's talk about her.
Well, my other candidate, will not mention her by name, she has recently announced her opposition to me. I have intended to make things better instead of worse, and she has made the radical claim that she will make things even better than me. This is a false claim, and I really want the American people to ask themselves one question. Would you really trust an American president that reminds you of not just any nuclear disaster, but a communist nuclear disaster? Or would you much rather, in 2020 and 2021, when you think of the American presidency, think of this face? This is not a communist nuclear disaster. My other candidate is. And in addition to that, my opponent also eats babies.
Oh no. Speaking of babies, we have a little one from the audience that would love to come and meet you. Ruby? Ruby Heart? Come on.
Hi!
Oh, hi, sweetheart.
How are you?
Mr. Slogo, this is Ruby.
Hi, Ruby. Do you like me? You don't want to get eaten, do you? No. Do you trust that I won't eat you?
You won't.
You think I will eat you? Okay, good. Now the other person wants to eat you. What do you have to say about that? Grr? Such a cute kid.
Look at her face. Ruby, can you look at the camera and say hello?
Say hi. I'm sure your mom's out there.
Ken, there she is. There's Chris.
Yeah.
Ken
All
and
right.
Chris, everybody. There they are. And would you be willing? I wanted to ask you this question. Would you be willing, if if the other candidate would be willing to do a live debate in the cat house? Would you be willing to do so?
I think I would be up for that.
Great. Will you hear
That
that?
is, of course, if she does not irradiate the entire Metro Detroit area.
Oh.
So I will, on the condition that she will provide me with a lead suit.
So she has to provide the lead suit.
Yes.
Okay, you hear it.
If she's the one going around irradiating Metro Detroit, then I think she should be the one responsible for it. And in fact, I just want to let her
what do you
know.
think about that?
This is what I think of her.
Folks, this is what he thinks about his counterpart.
Thank you.
My cat.